Hi there, this is Sam. You may have noticed me in the A Little Piece of Mind inbox. Um, Welcome to the A to Z of Sanity, and today we are on V for Vessel. I actually got a reminder from my kids. They were playing in the bath, and they just reminded me that I can actually control what thoughts I give energy to. And while some things seem like they're out of control and seem like everything's getting a bit crazy, I can choose which of those thoughts and which ideas I give life to. So obviously at the moment there is an awful lot going on. Probably similar to myself, I now have 3 kids at home. 2 of them were in school, or nursery, preschool and year 1. They're now home, so we're doing a bit of homeschooling. I had put a lot of pressure on myself to come up with a really full active schedule, make sure they were entertained, cramming as much sort of learning in as I could. And I have a WhatsApp group of the mums who they were coming up with loads of ideas and sharing links, and it was all really super helpful. And I realised that actually I was stressing myself out more and more and more, trying to pack in as much as I could into their days. So you might be like me, you might now be homeschooling your kids. There's bills. A lot of people have some money worries at the moment with not working. Luckily, the government is stepping in to an extent, so there is some help available there. But again, you might be worrying, like myself, my husband is still in probation. He doesn't really qualify for much. I am self-employed, so there's lots of money worries that were also going around in my head. My husband is still working, so the advice at the time of recording this is to only travel to work if it's essential to do so. My husband is a driver. He cannot work from home, so I had a lot of thoughts going up in my head about how he's going to bring this virus home, and he's going to spread it to us, and he's then going to spread it to our 92-year-old gran. Somehow we are self-isolating at the moment. We're not seeing friends and family, but I was getting all up in my head about him bringing this virus home. He's coming into contact with other people still. And then the kids were actually playing in the bath. So it just reminded me, and it was a reminder at the perfect timing, and I needed it. It just reminded me that I am the vessel. I am not my thoughts. So for demonstration purposes, we have our vessel. So this is the kids' bath boat. Now we have thousands of thoughts a day. So this is my stream of thoughts. It's a little bit quieter. So these thoughts are the ones that are going on in the background that you don't really think about. They're the thoughts that tell you to hug your children, that while we're in the shower, they're the thoughts that tell you to just start washing your hair. They're the thoughts that need very little attention, that you do naturally, like putting one foot in front of the other. There's always thoughts running in the background, and we choose not to give these thoughts any attention whatsoever. They're just there. Then you have the thoughts a bit louder, so I'm just going to talk a bit louder. The money worry, the coronavirus worry, the my husband is still working worry. Now it's these thoughts, and I'm hoping this doesn't flash my laptop too much, that when we let them, it can feel like we are our thoughts, and it can feel like we're getting bogged down and that the water's pouring all over us. But actually, we have choice here. This is our choice. And we can choose to just slow those thoughts down, or just try and turn them off altogether. And the vessel is still intact. We are still intact. We haven't been damaged that much. Just bear with me one moment. I had an emergency with one of the kids. Sorry for the little break there. So we are the vessel and we're okay. We are intact. So we can choose to give attention to these thoughts. So this is the choice we are making here. This is our choice. And as we choose to give energy to the thoughts, they seem louder and they seem more intense, and actually it can feel like we're getting bogged down and we're getting flooded by the water. But if we choose to focus our attention elsewhere, those thoughts don't have as much power. And we can even just turn them off altogether. And although we're a bit wet, our innate health is still there, we're still intact, and as a vessel we are absolutely fine. So I have taken some steps myself to quieten this noise down so that it's not so noisy, and so I don't feel like I'm getting rained on all the time. I have taken the Facebook app off my phone. I was a bit fed up of seeing all the empty shelf pictures, and that was giving me anxiety, so just deleted the Facebook app. I don't go on there anymore. I found that I was constantly researching coronavirus symptoms, what can I do to avoid, or the stats. I was constantly looking at the world stats, the UK stats, and I stopped doing that. I listen into the Prime Minister announcement every day, and that's it. So I know what I need to know, but I'm not listening to all the noise. I've texted my family and my close friends just to say, hey, this is what's going on at the moment with me. I don't want to hear about X, Y, and Z. I've just said a polite message just saying, hey, like, I'm listening to the news, I'm keeping up to date, but please don't send me any more of those pictures. So I'm just protecting myself a little bit. I'm turning this noise down. It helps protect my vessel, helps protect my boat if I don't give those thoughts too much energy. I hope that helps. It certainly has been helping me the last couple of weeks. I found that I'm going to sleep much easier. I was waking in the night, definitely with some anxiety around the whole strange scenario we're all in at the moment. But I've actually found that I'm focusing my attention elsewhere in homeschooling the kids, although again that's another thing, I'd put so much pressure on myself, and actually I didn't need to. What I found is that we've actually fallen into a bit of routine. We're doing the Joe Wicks PE every morning at 9 o'clock, and then we have a little break, and then we just do an hour of learning, and I alternate maths and English Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday we have off. So I also rope in grandparents to do virtual lessons for me for 2 of those, and then I do the other 2 learning lessons. I find that the kids learn much better in the morning, so actually the afternoons we just learn through play. We spend a lot of time out in the garden, we're planting, we're doing messy play, we have our play tray, and we do lots of stuff with that. So again, lots of unnecessary noise that I'd given myself, that I was giving thoughts a lot of energy that I didn't really need to. So I hope that helps. If you were having lots of thoughts like mine, just remember, you're the vessel, you're not your thoughts. And you can choose to turn it off. I hope that helps.